Welcome back, everybody, to our Not to Sell podcast for episode 2. I'm Valeria Rosales, and this is my co host,
Andrea.
and we thought it would be really fun to introduce ourselves in a new, fun way. So, I will be introducing myself in my native language. And so, hola, yo soy Valeria Rosales. Soy estudiante de negocios y soy de Mexico. And I'm Valeria. I am a business major, second year, and I am from Mexico.
哦，嗨，大家好，我是 Andrea，我是就读心理学系的学生，今年是我的第2年。Hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I'm studying psychology and this is my 2nd year.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalia. I'm only introducing myself in English because that's like the language I'm most fluent in. But yeah, my name is Natalia. I'm a business major here at Alani, entering my 2nd year. And my ethnicity, I'm half Mexican, half Puerto Rican. And yeah, I was born in the States.
Mabuhay! Ako po si Jai. Isa po akong psychology at political science student at Aluni College. Galing po akong Pilipinas. So in English, hi, hello, my name is Jai. I am a psychology and political science major and I'm from the Philippines.
Thank you guys. I thought it was a really cool way to introduce ourselves to you guys. So you get to learn a little bit more about us, where we're from, and why maybe we're involved in different groups on campus. And so moving on, checking in with you guys. What has been the biggest shocker of the semester so far?
Shocks.
Ooh.
Want to go first?
I think for me, it's just how, I don't want to say chaotic, but how busy campus has been. I think we touched on this on the first episode. Just like it feels like there's so much more students this year. Like I remember like the first 2 weeks, honestly, like coming up here, it was like crazy. There was like a lot of cars. There's a lot of students.
Traffic.
I know. One thing I saw that I saw and like I talked with people was like, some of the parents came with students. Like, ooh, I know. I didn't see that last year, but it was like I was tabling for some of my clubs and I got to interact with the parents and like it was really, I don't know. Like it filled me with so much joy, like seeing how, like, yeah, it was heartwarming. That's the word. It was heartwarming to see like parents wanting to be involved in their like, students' lives, like school lives, especially like as a first generation student. My dad was like, I brought him on campus a few times for some events, and he just like his face like lit up seeing like the programs I'm in, like what's available, like the different groups I'm like friends I've made. It was really heartwarming to see that.
I think for them, that would be proud too, right?
Yeah.
Seeing like your kids, like
That's my kid!
That's my kid.
Yeah, like they're wanting to like their kids to get involved on campus, like growing out of their bubble that maybe in high school you grew really comfortable with.
Thanks for sharing that. For me, I think there's nothing on top of my mind right now, but I think the biggest shocker, I think how busy, also touch on Valeria's point, like how busy it can be once like all the things started moving. You need to really aware of what your responsibility is and also cooperate it between your schedules because that's a lot of things happen right now and you need to be the person to fix it, solve it. So yeah,
like everyone has mentioned, yeah, I've been super busy these past couple of weeks, just a lot of meetings, especially with the ambassadors and the other things I'm involved with. But I've come to realize that I actually enjoy being busy, which is something that it was like one of my fears, I guess. It would overwhelm me in the past, especially in like my first semester. I just didn't like the feeling of having deadlines and stuff, and it would cause me a lot of anxiety as well. But now that I'm just like more involved in stuff, and I think I'm more secure in my ability to know that I can accomplish things within a time frame, that has helped me grow and made me realize that like I can still be busy and like I'll still get my things done. So yeah, because of that, I just enjoyed being busy and like
Yeah.
like I don't know, like my whole schedule. I'll be like today I was here the whole day and I was like back to back meetings, but like instead of being overwhelmed like I would have been in the past, I was like actually really looking forward to today and like getting to talk to people and stuff and like making our projects and things. So yeah, definitely that's the biggest shocker for me this semester.
The biggest shocker for me is that I'm here as a student wellness ambassador.
I'm so proud.
Yeah, like guys, you don't know how I wanted it. Yeah, so I feel like this is the biggest shocker for me because this is a life-changing opportunity for me. Thank you to Say, Sway, and everybody else who hired me here. But yeah, I feel like as a like step up is a shocker for me just because there's a lot of work, there's a lot of friends that I made, like my co-ambassadors that I've made, and I used to be that kind of girl that doesn't know anybody in school, and now like there's when we see each other, oh hi, and like okay hi, yeah, like I feel more comfortable around campus now that I know people and stuff, and I'm involved in different activities too. So yeah, that's the biggest shocker for me.
I think we also want to thank you for bringing the optimistic energy.
Yes.
Every time we saw her, she's like, hello. I was like, yeah, girl.
I was trying to channel my inner drive to that for that introduction, just like just being so enthusiastic, being so positive.
Aw, thank you guys. You're gonna make me cry.
Not so drama.
I thank you all for sharing. I feel like we've all had very different, like, shockers or little highlights from the past 3 weeks. Can't believe it's already been like almost full 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Full months. So much has happened in so it feels like so little time. So moving from transitioning. Our first episode was talking about like finding through your campus, through like the habits we begin to build to be a good student and still, maintain a well balanced like, personal and school life. I wanted to talk with my co-host about, groups on campus who, in general don't always have the resources and spaces to feel welcome on campus, and those two being like the LGBTQIA plus community and immigrants and undocumented students.
So international students?
Yes, international students as well. Thank you. Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a question since it's hard for people, like generally, like last episode that we mentioned, it's hard for us to navigate to a new environment, right? You need to have like extra courage to make the first step to connect with people. And I think the next question for a situation you might have would be finding the right community or finding the right group to fit in, right? Because you want some support. You want some love. You want to feel right. But it's hard for you to navigate on your own. So today we're going to share some like insights from our experience about what are the groups or communities we have at Ohlone College, and also share some like personal experience for you to connect with.
Yeah. I think it's also about, even just addressing the question, why is it important to have these spaces on campus, available for students? I feel like we could go on forever about like the importance, because representation really matters, and we can see that everywhere, like on social media and movies and music. It's just like knowing that there's another person with similar background, maybe similar experiences, and knowing that you're not alone in those struggles that sometimes we can get caught in, and we don't know how to figure ourselves out. So has there been like any spaces for you in your own experience that have really helped you on campus to find your space here?
I could start. I feel like Ohlone community is diverse. Like I've never been, I may not be an international student who has an F1 visa kind of student, but I'm an international student in a way that I didn't grow up here. I just got here a year ago. I'm a totally different, like I'm a totally new girl in this American dream and stuff like that, So I feel like it's kind of hard for me to find my community, like yeah, there's a lot of community around campus. There's a lot of clubs with different cultures, but there's not really like a established Filipino community, like a Filipino club. If you want to start it, let me know. Let me know. Let me know, guys. I'm down. I'm down. I'm absolutely down for it. But I feel like it's not a community, but more of friends. I really have found amazing Filipino friends here at Aloni, and they're really like they're so amazing because they helped me like navigate like my Aloni life, and I feel like they were also my role models. Like, wow, you guys should be flattered. I'm not gonna mention who you are, but I feel like it's also like when you meet the people when you meet people who kind of know your language, you know your culture. It's kind of like a space for you to also talk with them, connect with them, and eventually you will find your place in the community. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I was so shocked, like that there were a lot of communities inside of me, especially coming from a place that we don't have a lot of culture. It's like yeah, we do have visitors, but not residing in the Philippines, you know. And so it's my first time encountering different cultures, talking to different languages, and learning more about their traditions and stuff.
Thank you.
I can go next.
Sorry.
I think I'm still kind of struggling a little bit to find like community, especially here at Aloni. But I definitely think it's a good idea to just go to different types of like programs or like associate with different communities because it's important to like explore other I guess options, other cultures and stuff rather than just sticking to the things that you know. And that's how we really get to understand more people because if we just stick to the people that are most similar to us, we're never going to really understand the scope of the world and other people's views. And I think that's really important to do. So I hope to attend like more events here on campus that are from like cultures that I am not a part of, just to like understand and expand and stuff. But as for like what made me feel like myself, I guess at Aloni is actually through a micro internship that I did. It's called Business Experiencia. It was like more for like business majors. We just did like a 10-week program where we helped create a project. And I feel like that was my first experience, I guess. No, it was kind of like a job. Like we did get paid for it. But it was like my first role, I guess. Before like I was involved in other stuff. And that just like helped me meet new people and like work in a team and feel like I was a part of something. And that's kind of how I found my purpose in a way and what made me want to continue being involved. Especially like when we did our little graduation at the end, like just being like noticed and being like awarded something. I really, really like that feeling. And I wanted to continue that. So that's kind of why I wanted to get more involved to like meet people and stuff and also feel that sense of accomplishment when you've put in so much hard work and you get, you know, great opportunities out of it. So yeah, definitely that. And then also like working with the ambassadors, like the Step Up has already proven to be like an amazing experience. And I really feel like I'm starting to find that community and like getting to talk to people and stuff. And like I have a lot of things to look forward to. So yeah, definitely Step Up as well.
I think that's so beautiful that the journey all connected each other. And you will figure it out. Like you will realize after you've been through everything. That's like kind of a good reminder for yourself. Like all of the things that you've been through, it's gonna teach you something. Maybe you're not gonna learn it on the spot and right at the moment. But at the end at the end at the end of the journey, you'll realize that yeah, I did learn something from that. And I did, you know, become a better version of myself. Yeah. For me, I think especially for me it's really hard because an international student, you know, you're kind of like a plant, right? You've been pick up like dust up the dust and then put it in a new pot. And then everything you need to regrow, like the roots, you need to regrow it, everything, so that you will be stable, enabled to bloom, right? So I think it's really hard to navigate alone, especially language is not fluent. You don't have your peers, your best friends here, and you also don't know the environment. Like education system is different, healthcare system is different, and also the way how people talk, communicate is different. Like people, for me, my experience, because I'm from Taiwan, and we talk in a way it's more like how do you say that, very polite. Like we respect other people in a way that we suppress our desires, suppress our needs in the first place, and then we complain at the back. Like that's kind of like a common thing. But here I learned like people just talk directly and communicate. And if you have conflicts, that's good because you're like brainstorming ideas, you're sharing your ideas, and you're like, coming to a agreement to, get a good thing or good ideas. That way is doable. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of like personal experience to share, but yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I came from like a high school where I didn't see a lot of representation for Latinx students and or resources, because it was really like academically focused. Like I feel like I went to Mission. Maybe if you guys know, you guys know the reputation around that school. So I feel like it was very, very like focused on like helping students only academically. I feel like there wasn't very like a lot of like personal growth, a lot of like, opportunities outside of school even to help build, personal skills, even like skills when you're entering, field of interest for your career. And so at Alumni, I was really grateful that I did find a community and that I did find representation because it's not just finding like study groups. It's not just or studies like safe spaces to like study or to do well as a student. I feel like also finding yourself like a space here on campus that acknowledges your identity. I think it's so validating. I think that's the best way to describe it. Validating to have spaces where you're supported unconditionally, like no matter where you're from, the experiences you've been dealt with. Having a space where you can really just truly be yourself. Like I've been in like experiences where I feel like I have to act a certain way, I have to pose a certain way, I have to talk a certain way to make friends or to fit in with a specific group. And I'm really grateful that there are communities here on campus where you don't have, because it can be so exhausting and just like having that on your mind while you're trying to focus on school at the same time. It's like it's impossible, and you shouldn't do that because you should be proud of who you are. You should be proud of where you came from, learning from your experience that you went through. Yes, it's so important. And I've seen how like friends and even like groups who have presented new clubs that advocate for their communities. It's so inspiring, and I think helps set like a precedent for like not only like research that already are available for different communities on campus, but also resources that are not available. Like showing that these students are here. This is what they're lacking on campus. Can send a really powerful message of like, hey, we gotta meet them. We gotta meet them so they can be as successful students as.
Yes. And also, like one idea pop up in my mind is that I'm very proud and thankful at the same time that Ohlone provided a safe space for students to, fit all of the people who come from different background, different cultural background and identity. Especially for me as an international student, I really learn a lot from the international office because the staff there, shout out to Mutako and Christy and also Stacy, they're all very supportive, and then they like you can feel the way that when you're communicating with people, they don't have judgment, and then they are really wanting to help you. Although maybe because I work at the front desk and I help a lot of people, of course, and I also observe a lot of people who are not fluent in English, they sometimes will encounter some discriminations or, like side eye or judgment, saying that, you should practice your English while you come here. Like I heard that literally in person. I was like, Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's a lot for a person just, navigating. Not they're not born here. But of course, like for people, like in other perspective, they also want to, I think the conflicts come from a very different perspective.
Yeah.
Saying that maybe other people thinking that they should have the abilities to, talk or communicate to fit in. But in other side, it's hard for them to right on the spot get the ability, get the skills to, fit in. So I think it's really important to share kindness and not like, judgment for other people. Yeah, that's my
I feel like just like what Annie had said like earlier that Alani community is really diverse and we have the international student office helping out there the international students of Ohlone. We do also have a club for international students. So I feel like they are the community of where everybody just feels, get to know their cultures and stuff. And I think they have the cultural fest, which is very great for and amazing that people get to showcase their own cultures and traditions in life. And yeah, I personally think that coming here to Oluni wasn't a wrong decision at all. Just because I really felt belonged in the community. No, I never felt like I was judged for being Asian, for being Filipino. I feel like there was no negative connotations of who I am, and I just really feel so belong.
I just wanted to note that also kind of like Jai said with like cultural fests and stuff, at Aloni, a lot of the clubs and programs like to collab with each other. So sometimes there'll be like different cultural groups or cultural clubs and they'll do like a little collab or a crossover. I know they've done like a game night one. I think it was like MSA and another club. And sometimes they do like fusion stuff as well. And I think that's a great opportunity for students to like get out of their comfort zone of just like staying in their bubble of their cultural like group and also explore others and get to meet other people and experience their culture as well. And also kind of like Jai mentioned too, if there's a club at Aloni that you feel like you want to start, like she said with like the Filipino club, there isn't one here yet, but you could always start one and provide that community for students that they might need.
I also like from personal experience because I've been like, and then you share that you witness someone saying that to another student. I can relate so hard, especially growing up because my first language was Spanish, so I had a bit of an accent. I can pronounce words as well as others, and it's so discouraging, especially when you want to be really positive about like being in a new environment, to be hit with something that can seem like so small to that other person, but it's like it's all you've been struggling with your whole life to the person who they just told that to. It's crazy. So in general, I think all of us being able to be sympathetic, be mindful of like what you're saying, how you're acting around people, because people, like, you live in a diverse area. The Bay Area is so diverse. Just to be mindful because those small actions, those words that you utter, like they can have a really big impact on people.
yeah.
You want to say something?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Fuller what said. Like, let's just be nice to one another. Like, guys, you're not gonna pay for being nice, So if you have witnessed that kind of scenario that you feel you saw like a person being judged because of their culture, because of how the way they speak, I feel like instead of standing there, go talk to them and just kind of give them like, hey, a nice approach to, hey, I saw you talking to this person. Maybe he or she or them or they are having a hard time. Like, instead, try to help them out, And yeah, that's basically a good insights, guys.
Yeah, I think that's really important to keep in mind. And also, I think it's a new thing to learn as a person, like generally, not related to your like cultural background. Yeah, I think I have a question for everyone. Like, do you know what are the department that they are having like forming a community for students to join?
Department of Arts.
Like not like clubs like MSc. Do you know
Oh,
anything about MSc? Because I know that definitely we have like new students, right? They just come in like this is the third week. They come in at Ohlone College. They don't know anything about that. So yeah.
I know that we have, yeah, just like what Andrea said, I know that we have the international students and the MSc. I feel like MSc is a good, were they central? Is it central or is it an office? Lounge area?
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture of both.
Yeah,
Really
and
nicely.
the MSc is a mixture of the central, a lounge area, where like most cultural clubs host their events, get-togethers, gatherings, and I feel like MSc also helps people to kind of formally encounter community. Yeah, I feel, and that's like something that Olani students would want to like drop by. They have their office hours, or if you just want to hang out there, I feel like you could do that too.
Wait, I also know. I don't know. It's a department or an organization. It's called Mecha. Do you guys know anything about that?
I know Metra is a club helping to uplift Latinx students. All students are welcome, but it was mostly for Latinx students to have a space on campus. It's not just like focused on like school based, but also outside of school, social justice. Advocating for yourself and your identity. And they also help. They like a lot of the clubs host different events. I know Mitch has hosted workshops for what is the graduate process like like to get your master's, and they have speakers with experience who have gone through the same processes and experiences that we have here at Alumni. And I think it's so like significant and valuable to have someone with that education come here and talk to students personally. Students can ask questions and learn from each other.
Okay. I think for thinking about community belonging, it's not only for like your cultural identity, right? And also it can be like your occupational identity, maybe,
Yeah.
or like in person, like what your hobbies are.
Yeah.
You want to find someone who have shared some same
Shared
interests.
hobbies.
Yeah. So why don't everyone like share other things they are this year or clubs that you're part in or the hobbies that you really like to do so that people have some ideas of that.
I am personally a part of the psych club. So psychology club is a club. We basically promote psychology.
What are the things you do? What are the things you do? What are some of them?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm like basically okay. So the psychology club hosts events relating to like not just about mental health, because when people know about like the psychology stuff, they think of mental health, right? We all like do more of mental health. We do more of like the broader aspect of psychology. Like we invite guest speakers for research. We invite like what's behind lying event, de-stress events, and this kind of stuff. So I'm part of that community. Like just to say, it doesn't really necessarily like you're a psychology major and then you're gonna attend and stuff. It's not really that. Like if you're a business major, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Like we would love you in our events. And also some hobbies. I like crochet. So the crocheters club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I learned about it.
That's a yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Oh.
Let's make blankets.
Take her away. Take her away.
Take me over. Yeah, like I'm literally a grandma who sits in her chair just crocheting the whole day. That's my de-stress. If you want me to crochet a blanket, I would be happy to do it for you. You know.
Note that. Yeah.
Placing
Our
order
next
right
time.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, our next
Merch.
episode, you will. Oh no, our next swag items will be by. Okay, kidding. But
Aw.
yeah, I love crocheting. I love being productive. Is that a hobby? Being productive? I don't like.
You can.
I also like running. Right now, I'm not really into running right now with the semester, so it's just because I have a lot of things. But yeah, we have an athletic community. I'm not part of the athletic community.
But she's angry, guys.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you all. I salute you all. Like
Okay.
the effort of the athletics community. Guys, attend to their this. Like yeah.
Good. Yeah, I also know that last semester for a psychology club, they also have like a petting zoo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They have like listed all like not listed like invite invite all the animals like bees or bunnies. And then they collaborate with other clubs. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I think
But
so.
oh really?
Yeah, I
I
think
thought it was animal advocacy.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
animal advocacy
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The question was like, what clubs?
Yeah, and your hobbies.
For clubs, I'm part of, or I'm actually vice president of the Aloni Business Society. So that's a club on Aloni. For business students, that's the target group, but also we accept all majors for anyone interested in exploring the field of business. And we provide resources. We provide internship opportunities like local in the area. And we also invite like speakers as well, like industry professionals to share their experiences and also just talk about like where they are and how they got to where they are. And then we also provide like workshops. So we'll invite someone from like the career center to talk about something. I think we're planning on doing like an interview tips and we might do like a headshots thing. And that'll be open. Yeah. We're working on it though. It's not good yet, but yeah, we're trying to work on that to provide resources for like business students, but also like everyone that's interested in building their like professional development as well. And that's like the main club that I'm part of. I've also like dabbled in like other clubs too. I know I'm a part of like the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, but that's more like academic development. So I won't share too much about that, but yeah. We also have that club here. And as for like hobbies, I really like baking. That's something that I'm starting to like develop and like cook too. I need to definitely develop my cooking skills a bit more.
Wow. So what's your like favorite recipe? Like favorite recipe? Like or your like the thing that you're proud of getting made? I don't know about proud of, but my favorite recipe for like dessert is like red velvet cake.
Ooh,
They
that
always
sounds
taste
good.
good. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hungry.
Oh wait. Okay, I was talking with my friend since we're talking about baking,
Uh-huh.
and she was asking me, "Do you know what a cookie is?" And I was like, "Really?" I thought she was like trying
Is
to
it like a
refer to,
brownie cookie?
or no, like I was trying to like I thought she was trying to say crumble cookie, but like combining the words. But then she showed me a picture, and it's like a croissant, and then it's like cookie in the middle. Like when they're making it, like they put cookie dough in the middle.
Oh.
I thought it was the craziest thing ever. But she's like, I'll make one for you. I
Does
was
it
like,
taste good?
I don't know. She hasn't. It was today when she brought it.
Oh,
But I didn't know cookies were a thing.
cookie.
There's a croissant in it.
That sounds interesting and sounds delicious.
I like it sounds delicious for you.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's getting late.
For me, I previously established a club called Chinese Student Associations, but because of my personal schedule is too busy, so I didn't continue that. But I'm also part of the like supporting for the International Student Association, which is ISA. And then they hold a lot of like culture nourishings and welcoming events for all the international students. So shout out to international students. Yeah. For me, I think hobby, I got a lot. So I'm like recently into gardening. So I'm trying to plant a lot of like green things. like California poppies
Ooh.
and cactus. What's that called as a plant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you need to figure out like a good portion of like water's frequency, you need to pay more time like maintaining them. Yeah, that's one of my hobbies. And also I journal a lot and I draw a lot. And I love painting. Art clubs.
Oh my god, you all Andrea's doodles are so
They're so
amazing.
cute.
Like we love her doodle. She made a doodles of all the staff in the student rooms.
We should post a photo.
We should.
Yes.
Share with the
Right here,
listeners.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think it's just so beautiful that there are groups in like departments and organizations on campus for different minority groups in general. I think what was I gonna with this? No, okay, no, because I was gonna mention Metra again and mentioning how it's so helpful being in that group and advocating for yourself, especially in spaces where, maybe you're not seen a lot, like there's not a lot of representation of you in those spaces. Learning that it's okay to take up space in spaces where you're not really seen. And I think it's something that we should do as immigrant students, as undocumented students, as LGBTQ plus students and allies to, like normalize taking up space. And especially in careers, like learning to advocate for yourself, like how much you're getting paid, what you're doing in those positions. I think it's so important. And I think these groups and being involved in clubs, especially building those skills to later bring into your future career are like so helpful. And it's something because I mentioned I was super introverted and I was always afraid to speak up for myself, especially in intimidating spaces where, I didn't see a lot of people who grew up in the same environment as me with the same experiences. And it's kind of upsetting that I didn't feel that encouragement to speak up for myself. And I'm really proud now that I will stand up for myself. That I will, like, hey, I belong here. I'm just as ready as anybody else. I belong to be a step up ambassador, to be a vice president of a club or a secretary. So yeah, just take up space.
Yeah.
Respectively. Don't be pushing nobody's button.
Yeah. Sorry. I would just also want to bring up because Valeria said like LGBTQ and we're talking about belongingness. Know that we mentioned cultural clubs, but we do have clubs for GSA. Yeah, like gender, sex. What's the A?
Gender, sex.
Yeah. So like if you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, know that we do have those kinds of clubs for you and you're widely accepted by the whole community and by the whole world.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I know I've gone to events actually at the MSC, hosted by them where, especially for LGBTQ, I think they have like a queer, queer achievement hour, which is really fun. You don't have to be queer. Anyone's invited, but I think having events, that represent those groups is so important and even just building community on campus because being in those groups can be really isolating, especially when it's not accepted. And this should be normalized. Taking up space and being represented on campus. I think it's really beautiful that there are events and there are spaces where you don't have to feel like you have to perform or act a certain way to feel comfortable in your own skin.
That's amazing. I love it. I think I want to invite everyone to give one small tips for the people who might not in the stage of what we're like very outgoing or find the community already. What tips would you give them?
I'd say to definitely explore your options here. We have a lot of clubs. If you feel more comfortable going to the communities that you're a part of, definitely reach out and I'd say go to a lot of the events. just to see like what it's like. Also, I know for some clubs they do club meetings, like Pacha does like community club meetings. Others might host just events for time to time, but it can be very nice to like find a group that you feel accepted by, but also to explore like everything else that is out there because you might want to stay close to like the communities that you're a part of, but you might also feel more accepted or more comfortable exploring another community as well. So don't just limit yourself.
Or have a new taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you?
Another tip that I could give is do one step at a time.
Yeah.
Like I personally, I'm not. I mean, I feel like I'm an ambivert. Like I feel like sometimes I'm an introvert, sometimes I'm an extrovert. Like at first I'm an introvert. Like when I meet new people, like, or I'm in a new space where I don't know everybody, I was like, "Hi." And then when you meet me, like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I feel like do one step at a time. Like if you want to attend a cultural event or you're part of this group, you wanted to join in the fun, just try to like step your one foot at a time. And then if you don't feel like stepping your one foot at a time and you wanted to back out, the door is open. And I feel like being belong in the community doesn't necessarily mean like you just belong in one community. We all belong in a different community. And sometimes it's hard to find, sometimes some people it's open to them easily, like because of their personality and stuff. But for some it's kind of hard, which is totally understandable. But in wherever space you are right now, I'm sure you will find your own space, your own community.
That's beautiful. I think for me, because we talk a lot about like seeking belongings from outside, right? I think it's also important to seek the community, like company with yourself. Like it's it's not easy to find peace in yourself and also feel that very calm that you are, understand what's happening in yourself. And then, the journey is not going to be easy, but you need to spend time on it. You need to actually, spend time with yourself, understanding what you're going through, like the emotions, why you think that way, and what you like feel sad about something or feel angry about something or like some conflicts. Why you think that way? I think it's very good for you to spend time also with yourself to, go through the process and then think about that. You'll be more like confident, maybe, hope so. And also you'll be more calm to, accept all the stimulates, I would say, or all the new challenges happens in your life.
But really, really
Thank you.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
Is they? I know we were talking about like here are like resources outside where you can go and belonging. But I think it's also really important to address that it is a really personal journey and finding your own comfort, finding your boundaries, what those are, how you bring those boundaries in to interactions with others, especially when you decide that you're like, ready to go seek those communities. I think that's so important. And the feeling of belonging isn't just like about where you are, like exactly like if especially like if you're an international student, and this could be a new environment. It's not just about where you are physically, but who you are when no one cares about you. It's who you surround yourself with.
We were like,
We should make it as a secret.
We should.
Ooh. Yeah. See, that's it for this episode. Yeah, and I think I would like to invite again for everyone to share one note to self message. You can do it in your own language because I'm going to do it in my language and I'm going to explain it. Then, do you want? Yeah,
you so excited.
I can let you guys have something to think of. I can share it first. So mine is 正因为我有能力跨越，这个考验才会降临. In English, it means that because I have the ability and I'm capable to solve all the struggles, that's why the struggles and the challenges will happen in my life. Give it some time, sit on that.
I think a phrase that I heard growing up a lot was "animo, animo," which means just like to be. I feel like there's a lot of like different translations for this, but like don't give up. You know, there's more. There's more to than what you're struggling with, and every time I think of like during moments of like really hard times in school, in my personal life, and friendships, it's like it's so easy to get stuck and not be able to bear yourself out. And then I'm reminded by my dad going, "Animo, animo, this is not the end. This is not the end, okay?" And like there's so much that you can do. And I I bring that message with me. Like especially when advocating for myself, like I feel like in environments where I don't see a lot of representation for myself or opportunities to speak up for myself, make those things known and aware to other people, so so I can do that. And those opportunities will be available for other students who are struggling with this. Mhm.
Oh my god. Like I'm like
You're not prepared for this?
no, I'm not prepared for this. I'm like I right because when I'm at school or when I converse with people, it's all English. Right now I've been speaking in English for the whole day. And now that like I have to speak in Tagalog. Wait a minute. Okay, so I would speak it in my language and I would explain it to you. Sa mundong ito. It feels weird. Oh my god. I'm so sorry for my Filipino community. Do not
Disown you.
Yes.
Oh,
own
they
me.
won't.
Do
They love
not
you.
disown me, okay?
Yeah.
So, kung sa mundong ito, lahat tayo parte ng isang komunidad. Kung pakiramdam mo hindi ka parte, balang araw malalaman o mahahanap mo kung saan yung lugar mo. It means that whew, it means that you may not know where you belong right now, but someday you will, and someday you will find your people. And in my personal experiences, it took me. I have been going from like not just like being belong in a cultural community, but also being belong in a friend group. It's hard to find where friend group you belong into, and it took me a while to build my friendships. So if you feel that way too, like that, you always remember that one day you will find your friends, you will find your community, and also if you're a Filipino, I'm really down. I'm really, really down to
She's
build
like
a
sharing her love.
yeah. I'm down to building a community with you all and just love one another.
I think I want to add a little bit about that because I think being patient is really important, and also you don't need to really need to fit it
Yeah,
for other people,
exactly.
and you just need to be aware and be like you have the eyes to, I don't know how to say it in English, but you need to have like the discerning
Yeah.
ability to pick the right, because that's gonna like making friends and finding belonging like community is not like just one stage in your life. It's like the whole journey, right? You're gonna meet a lot of people. Like maybe you can phrase it in good people or bad people.
Yeah.
Or you can phrase like the people who fits you, or the people that making you become a better person. So it's like you need to be patient, and then just be open minded, and then be willing to you want to meet new.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to just add, like what Andrea have said, like being patient and all, like. This could be a good meme for this episode.
Okay.
Like, I just want to say that. I literally had something to say, okay?
It's okay. It's okay.
Wait. Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
I just I just want to say that it's hard at like it takes a while for you to find friends and stuff. Like it takes so it needs a lot of patience. Yeah, and
You find it, right?
you find it. You find it.
It's for all kind of like sharing votes, I guess.
Yeah.
I wanted to share one that like I really resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
And the quote is, "And the day came when the desire to remain the same was more painful than the wish to grow." And that's a quote that I want to choose to live by, because I tend to like stay within my circle and in my comfort zone. But there's another quote that I just thought of where it's like your comfort zone is like a beautiful place, but nothing never grows there. So if you don't step outside of it, you're never gonna challenge yourself, and you're never gonna answer the person that you wanted to become. So to kind of relate this quote back to like our conversation about belonging and stuff, and also to Valeria's point about like how some people may not face a lot of representation in the communities or areas that they're in, especially like academically or career wise. Like you might feel very intimidated if you're the only person of your like gender or representation or even like ethnicity and stuff. It can be very daunting to like enter those fields and also like take up space too, like you said. And I think it's important to just take those risks and know that you belong exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't let imposter syndrome drive you away. Just because you don't look like everyone else does not mean that you are like less qualified for where
Or you're wrong.
yeah. I think the fact that you are one of the few people in your field to be able to do that, or in your community, I mean, to be able to do that just proves how resilient you are and how driven you are and how deserving also that you are of the place that you're in. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're ever experiencing a situation where you feel like we might not belong, just remember that. And to keep you powering on.
Yeah. Also, I just want to add, I remember what it was. What is the original statement that I was going to feed back to Africa earlier? Because Natalia had mentioned imposter syndrome. Okay, so for some people, they kind of tend to be like change their personality just so they could fit in a group. Like you know that you don't have to do it. Actually, you will find your community eventually by not changing yourself. You would fit it into one community. And I really like your answer, like sharing a comfort zone, be out of the comfort zone. You know, like it improves a lot of you when you're out of your comfort zone.
I think one last thing I wanted to bring up that can be really discouraging, depending on your status or your experiences. Like I think everyone has unique experiences. Like like, not all students have like the same journey, the same classes, the same processes they have to go through. And I just want to let like listeners know that they're like, if there's something that you're having like a hard time navigating through, please reach out to counselors, make an appointment, ask classmates, ask, students who have taken the same class already. Because I think it's so helpful. I know like as an undocumented student, like even just the registration process was different for me than it can be for somebody else. But there is like counselors here to help you. There is there's resources. Yes, there's resources. So don't feel discouraged that you maybe have to take extra steps because there is a support system here for you. Thank you. I think that was it for this episode, guys. That was so fun. Thank you guys for listening.
Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.
Bye.